Some
All right, welcome back to PricePlow. We have now done probably 20 accolades for 2020, and we are rounding out on the end. We're going to talk about something today that is not something that's very quantifiable, but something that can be felt across the industry. I'm joined today by Mike Roberto, CEO of PricePlow, and Heather Jacques, our digital content manager. So in this industry, obviously, I'm a little biased here because this is one of my most recent jobs at a brand, but bringing a community together is super important for making people feel part of a brand. No one wants to feel like they're just giving someone money and that CEO is going and spending it on Lamborghinis and drugs. You want to know that your contributions and your love is appreciated, and we see it done in a lot of different ways. And today I have someone in mind that I'd like to talk about, but I think that there's been a lot of different ways that this has been created in this industry. And it has its roots in what we do. We go to the gym together as crews, we work out with others, we socialize. Well, not so much this year, but we try. And I figure let's talk about what we see and what we've been impressed by. I think some of the obvious ones here are NutriBio's like without compromise slogan brings a lot of people to the action. Ghost obviously has a super almost cult-like following to it behind the Guzmans and the Tunings and the skinny jean wearing kids of the industry. And the one that I really want to lean into, which I've kind of not discovered, I knew it existed, but finally got a real taste of this year, is the Axe Sledge community, which I've just been absolutely blown away by. What are some of your guys' favorites, or do you agree with my list?
yeah,
I think definitely Axe Sledge, and the other one would be the Glax and Goon Squad. The whole community they've created around that, calling their fans goons, and I just think it's a fun twist on it. But obviously, there's very strong communities with like NutriPlow's Bio Crew. Ghost just has their own thing going there, but I think out of all of those, Axe Sledge definitely stands out the most. The demo crew is strong, and it's all across the country. Like you said, it's very notable. So that's one that stands out in my mind.
yeah. I think we gotta take it back to like understanding like some of the original like lifestyle brands before there was Ghost. There was actually, you had Animal and the Barbell Crew, and you had 5% Nutrition with Rich Piana. And I honestly think that Ghost has this great community like that, but they have a great community, but it's not a community like that. It's not like, let's get to the gym together and do stuff. It's different, and it's more online, it's more digital. Whereas the Roughneck, the Axe Sledge, I think is the future of what we're going to see. And how can it not be with when you have Seth Feroce? And so that's, to me, the community that really is going to explode and continue to grow more than anything else, at least in the States, because there's other things going on in Canada and everything too. But I think I think it's Seth Feroce that always puts a smile on my face, and that I'm like most excited for and watching them grow. So to me, I think it's a big deal. I know, Ben, you don't want to say it, but you were very pivotal in growing NutriBio's Bio Crew, and it's always fun to watch them. I honestly think that you did a fantastic job building it, and but it's tough to compete with the man himself, Seth Feroce. So that's just, for sure. That's my take.
For sure. Yeah. No, I wrote all of it. I created all of it. I started it. I'm super proud of it. And I would be absolutely 100% lying to you if I told you that there weren't strong influences from things like the Animal Barbell Crew, which gave me my start in this industry, which told me like there was a place for myself. I think a lot of us, I think a lot of us came to this lifestyle because we were left out somewhere else. I didn't feel normal, and coming to the gym, I'm around other people like myself, and it's really powerful. I think that the days of that being because we're all like meathead, massive bodybuilders and with Animal and stuff, that's kind of over. Yes, there are still a lot of them out there. I am absolutely one of them, but everyone has gripped onto a community in some way. I think you can't fault Ghost for seeing the writing on the wall with digital online presence, with their streamers, their lifestyle YouTubers, all of that stuff. There's a huge presence there. Not as much of gym stuff, and that's kind of by design and kind of cool. The Animal thing has sort of died off. There's obviously always that kid at the gym in the iconic yellow t-shirt, but it's not the whole, I guess it hasn't lost in size, but the percentage of the industry, when you go to shows now, it's not all massive men. There's lifestyle people, there's women, there's CrossFitters, strongmen, there's people of all different walks of life. And for me, seeing the growth of Axe and Sledge as a group of people who are like, maybe I'm biased as someone who is from middle class New Jersey, and seeing like a group of you know, the backbone, the blue collar workers, the American culture of people who there's really a moral driver of this whole community, where, you know, Seth is preaching to be a good person and lead the community and all this stuff. It meant something different to me. I love all of the stuff that Ghost does. They definitely bring their people together under a you know, a unified look and feeling and community and project and all of that. But damn, there's just this community buy-in for Axe and Sledge that is just so cool. And I've said this in a couple other videos, but when I wear demo crew shirts, All-American Roughneck, Axe and Sledge out to gyms and stuff, people stop me and they talk to me, you know. And the podcasts that Bob and Seth put together they've influenced me a ton just from watching it. It makes me want to do my content better. It makes me want to live my life differently, or more, you know, whatever direction they're taking things. And it's powerful. It's incredible. And I just have to give them that this year. Whether it's talking about Seth as a person and what he drives home, or the community as a whole, or really just one of the things that I texted Patrick about was they did this launch during COVID that was like the HWMF launch or whatever, and there were like, you know, probably 20 different shirts, and the one that had "We the People" on the front of it sold out first. And it was crazy to me. It's all these meatheads that are about like growing, all this different stuff, but the fact that they went and bought something that was for the love of their country first was kind of cool to see. That you know, all of this stuff is sexy and cool and whatever, and it's all merchandised, but there was a core moral factor to it that they all followed along with. Was powerful and exciting to see that isn't lost in the fog of all of this marketing, at least for myself. I'm sure you guys probably agree.
Mm-hmm.
Well put, man.
It was a hell of a rant. The ghost energy
I
just hit me.
agree.
If you guys were wondering, that was 100% ghost energy.
I
But yeah,
think they built a strong community, so I totally agree with what you said.
No, for sure. I think in our next video, we're going to talk about brands to watch for 2021. And, but this video leads into that real well, because these are the people to watch in 2021, or these are people that you should already be following, and to really connect with, who are doing great things, doing the right things, and doing intense things with their community. And that's why we want to make this video and kind of like give them shout outs for bringing people together at a time when we need it.
yeah, you know, I've kind of mentioned before that I don't always like doing these awards, because you have to give it to the people who some would say have the best resources, or pander to the right crowds, or do the right sexy things. And some companies like Axe and Sledge can get overlooked because their products are simple, straight to the point, and they don't put bells and whistles in there. And so things like this, like the community aspect and stuff, can shine a light on people who might not make the Nutter Butter Chips Ahoy protein, right? But they still provide a product to a community that like just eats it up, and they provide a solution and a service to people who are looking for some sort of direction in their life, and it's powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't think there's much else to add.
Cool rants, man. No, that was awesome.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, congrats, Axe and Sledge. Yeah, you guys definitely killed it this year in a community era where we weren't even all together. Actually a bit of a feat to bring everyone together. So thanks for all that you do. We'll be watching your podcast from now on. And hey, maybe we can trade podcasts sometime soon, get on each other's.